Hi everyone! If you're watching this video, that's probably because you want to know more about what you can take to university with you. I've already done sort of the introduction video, if you will, and I will have a playlist made, so if you missed the other video, you can go back to it. Yay! The previous one was just about stationery, so just little bits and bobs that you need to try not to forget, but obviously it will vary depending on your course and things like that. This particular section I'm going to be covering in today's video is kitchen stuff, and because I'm going with the whole I don't really want to share kind of thing, you know, just to prevent any arguments happening between the housemates, because living with like 5 or 6 people, there's going to be tension to begin with, so I don't want to share cutlery and things or food or anything, so I'm bringing everything. So I'm going to share with you my list so far, and then you can kind of make your own list depending on your things that you will need, or you feel like you will need when you're at uni. Alright, so these are not really in much of an order because I kind of just threw them on in random places. So the first one is chopsticks, because I am a huge fan of noodles. General cutlery is also a must, even if you are going to be sharing things with other people in the house. Cutlery is something which you should probably try and keep your own versions of, depending on what kind of person you are, I suppose, and whether you feel comfortable with it. But yeah, try and pick a colour that's going to stand out from the rest of your housemates, so don't just go for a plain knife or fork, and try to avoid like basic primary colours as well, because you might end up having the same fork and, you know, same knife as someone else, which means you could get them mixed up. Try and go for something a bit different is what I'm saying. The next thing on the list of things that I'm going to take is pans. So I'd recommend getting a pan for soups or stews, so a really big pan. A pan for noodles or beans or something quite small. And a frying pan, preferably a non-stick frying pan or something of that nature. And that's pretty much all the pans that you're going to need. If you are into like sort of stir fries and things, maybe get a wok. Or a larger frying pan, depending what kind of sizes you want and what kind of food you're into. So before you get frying pans and things and other kinds of pans, maybe learn to cook, because then you'll know which ones you're going to use. Don't know why I did that. So the next few things are going to be sort of like cling film and tinfoil, resealable bags, that kind of thing. That way you can like prepare food and wrap it up and stuff like that. The next thing that I will be taking is some kind of chopping board, along with a variety of knives. Very important that you try and get a variety, simply because, like I said, if you learn how to cook, you'll understand different things require different knives. Sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes you can use one good knife and it'll work on everything, but it's better to make sure that you get, if you can, get a knife block, and get like chef's knife, bread knife, perhaps a smaller knife, just a regular knife for butter really, a short knife that's really sharp, and stuff like that really. If you look up bread knives and all the rest of it, just a knife set, you'll get a good mix. Speaking of knives and general utensils in the kitchen, I'm about to list off quite a lot of different things under the category of sort of utensils and serving spoons, things like that. So prepare yourself. Fish slice, pasta server, pizza slicer, ice cream spoon, tin opener, bottle opener, potato peeler, whisk, cheese or vegetable grater, and a spatula. Those are just a few of the utensils that I could think of in my head, and based off the things that I've already got and the things that I'm going to be getting. If you can obviously think of any more, then add them on, but I feel like those are certainly a couple things which I'm going to find useful. One thing that you might want to consider is what you serve drinks and food in. So when it comes to yourself, I would, obviously I've already talked about cutlery before. Do invest in your own cutlery, and get yourself a dish and a plate as well, so that way you've got something to serve your food onto, and it'll be nice and strong and durable, and even worth investing in. if you're planning on keeping them for a long time. But when it comes to guests and things, I wouldn't say to invest too strongly into what you give them, simply because it'd work out expensive, especially if you have a lot of guests around. So I'd recommend getting a set of plastic plates, plastic cups, and then the only other thing that you might want to invest in, simply for your own benefit as well as others, is champagne glasses for alcoholic stuff, and then teacups or mugs for hot drinks. So those are the kind of things you need to be considering. And when it comes to cutlery, just plastic cutlery, reusable plastic cutlery, will work just fine when it comes to visitors and things, and it'll save you a lot of money in the long run. The next 3 things are investments, and this is going to vary on whether your accommodation is going to allow it, so be sure to read your accommodation booklet before it comes to moving in or buying these things. So I've read through mine, and I know that it's unlikely I'll be able to use any of these things in my room, but I'm going to probably bring 2 of them anyway, just because after university I am planning on getting a flat. So I kind of want to have things like that with me anyway. So first thing is a kettle. You will be given one of these with your accommodation in the kitchen. I was just thinking of getting a cheap kettle just so in the morning I've got it there straight away, or if I have guests around who don't really want to socialise with the others, that's fine. I can make them a drink in there if they feel more comfortable. Toaster, because it's the dream, isn't it? It's the dream to just have your breakfast in your bed. If a toaster's there, I can do it straight away. So I just think that'd be amazing. And again, when it comes to moving into my own flat, there might not be a toaster there, so it's better for me to have it ready. The third thing I'm not allowed to bring into my accommodation, and it's not really necessary, it's a mini fridge. And again, I guess this is just up to you. You will be given a fridge and a freezer, well, space in a fridge and a freezer in your shared accommodation. But if you want to have kind of somewhere to put your own stuff, like in your room, then look into getting a mini fridge. However, again, depends if your accommodation allows it. I know mine won't. Okay, to make sure that this video stays short, I need to do another quick fire of things within a certain category. So this time I'm going to be giving you a quick rundown on what kind of baking relevant things I'm going to be taking. Not all of this stuff is specific to just baking cakes and things. They can be used for other things as well, but that's kind of what I'm rounding it into. A measuring jug, spoons or a cup, a wire rack to cool cakes and things, biscuit tin or cake tin, a bread bin, a sieve, an apron, baking trays, a mixing bowl, a colander, this is more for cooking really, weighing scales, cookie cutters, these aren't necessary but they'll make life easier, an egg cozy, again, it's not really necessary, also more for cooking, and oven mitts. Those are just a few things which will help more in terms of the baking side of things. Discussing utensils, there's a couple things which I forgot to mention. I didn't mention a lot about serving spoons. I know that I said something about serving spoons. I didn't mention that a ladle will be really useful. In terms of the knives, also look up like something similar to like a cheese knife or something. That would be good. And then a utensil holder. So just like, you could even just use a mason jar or something. Something to hold all the utensils in, because you can have a lot of them. Another thing which you might appreciate when it comes to university is having a travel mug or a travel flask. I don't think I mentioned wooden spoon on the utensils. You'll need a wooden spoon. How could I forget that? And the last couple of things which I could think of for this video aren't really necessary. Again, they're just things that I want to take just so I have them really. So first thing is straws. I have some really cool mustache straws that I got for Christmas. They have like little mustaches when you're drinking them, so they look amazing. So I'm definitely going to bring those. A food tray, so just for like carrying food around and things. And it just kind of keeps things balanced as well if you're not eating it at a table, if you're just like sat on your bed or whatever. So that might be useful. And the third thing I've forgotten because my memory is the worst. Yes. Pots or jars to keep in the basic, coffee, tea, sugar. I even want to use one for cereal as well, so that way I can keep the rest in a box, but then have it easy to get out and right in front of me when I want to get it. And you might, if you have got the money to splurge, or you perhaps live in a household that drinks a lot of coffee or something, and you can get a lot of jars, I would recommend getting some jars together. They're quite cheap in places like B&M's, Poundland, places like that. So you can get some jars together, and you could even put dry ingredients like flour, self-raising flour, icing sugar, stuff like that, if you are a baker, and you can have them all in the cupboard and labelled and ready to go. But yeah, it's up to you. But definitely try and get one for coffee, tea and sugar. And I'm still going to get the cereal one because I think it'd look cute. So yes. Now I know what you're thinking. You might not be thinking it, but I think I know what you're thinking. If you were me, you'd be thinking, wait, why isn't she talking about tea towels and fairy liquid? That's because that's for the cleaning video. There's a separate video for that sort of stuff, because there's loads of things you're going to need to clean. So stay tuned. I've changed positions because my knees were kind of hurting. My legs have been crossed for a long time. Anyway, I do intend on doing a full series on the kind of things that I'm going to be taking to university. And in case you didn't see the first video, basically, if there's a YouTube video out there about what to take to university and what not to take to university, I have seen it. I am overly prepared in every sense of the word. But that's just what I'm like. I like to over-prepare the things. So, hopefully watching these videos will give you a good idea if you're considering going to uni, what kind of things you'll need. So yeah, like I said, stay tuned. I will be making a playlist for all these videos, and I'm likely not going to upload them for a good month or so until I've actually finished recording and editing all of them, and they're scheduled to upload. So hopefully when you see this video, there'll be more videos either out or coming out very soon. So unless I get impatient and just upload them randomly, we'll see. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And if you want to see more from me, feel free to hit it's not what it's called, the subscribe button. There we go. Nothing seems to be working today. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like and share it with your friends if you think that they might find it useful. I'm going to try and leave everything that I've mentioned in the description box, so that way if you want to make your own lists, it'll be a bit easier to do so. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye!